Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel, A Quietly Frugal Life. And today I wanted to share like a birthday vlog with you. So I took my little vlogging phone, which used to be my original phone, and it had like 99% whenever I unplugged it. By the time I got to the first thrift store, it died. So I'm not able to show you my whole birthday. So I thought I would insert what I was able to show you here, and then I will talk you through the rest. And there's my birthday flowers from Mark. So I'm going to insert it here. So today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So I thought I would vlog and take you guys along with me. So we're leaving the house. I'm not sure where we're going first, but...
You haven't told me where we're going first.
Did you turn off the coffee pot?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we decide what we're doing, then you'll know what we're doing. First of all, I need to clean my glasses, so. Just in case y'all haven't seen where I live recently, that's new. That mural on the side of the oil tank. I haven't seen that anyway. You can see our bridge in the distance. They're not quite finished with it, but it's getting there. I'm having a hard time hearing out of my left ear right now. It's blocked up. Thanks to, I'm assuming, the allergy shots. Just in case you're like, oh, I want to go live in Corpus. City by the sea, sparkling city. Huh? That's a lie. Oh, they put a covering on that sign.
Just keep it on your left.
Oh, you need to get over. You need to get over. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, there's people going up, but it's just workers. There ain't no way in heck I'm driving on that thing. Unless it's an absolute emergency. I can't. I mean, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I don't have a gimbal. Oh, you need to slow down. See, that's what 25 years, being married 25 years, I can say these things. Right? That's not funny. That's a stupid laugh. There are pretty parts of Corpus. Coming in on the highway is just not one of them.
Once that bridge is operational, all this will come down, with the exception of what we're on. All that we just passed through will come down. So downtown is going to change for the better.
So we've been told.
No, it will. Just imagine all that being gone. It's going to be nice. The highway system through here has always been weird.
This is the street I used to turn on to go to work. I used to take a right whenever I worked down here for an oil company.
I used to work down here too.
Yep, and there's the bridge. Mark did used to work down here on the water.
It's the location, not necessarily the job.
Yeah, the location was beautiful.
Pico de Gallo.
I didn't hear any of that.
Said Pico de Gallo burger.
Are you somebody's hungry?
No,
Oh, there's
I'm
a
not
big old
hungry.
ship coming in. Look at that. Being tugged in. Well, of course, they're all tugged in. Oh, you stay. You hear me? Thought so. Some of these houses I've discovered recently from a Facebook page called We Grew Up in Corpus Christi. Some of these houses have tunnels because they're right on the water. And I don't know if the tunnels are closed. The rumor is some of the tunnels are not closed. But some of these houses have tunnels down there, down to the water, which is kind of cool. I mean, of course, could be used for nefarious purposes, but it's also kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of like an Agatha Christie novel or something. Smuggler's tunnels.
I've heard when they put the seawall in, that all the dirt and everything from the seawall was moved up here, and that's where these neighborhoods were created, and that's why it's kind of a bluff. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard.
I don't know if that's true or not either, but we have a whole section of one of our libraries dedicated to the history of Corpus Christi. So I'm sure we could find out. When I was little, I wanted my mom and dad to sell their house where they live and to buy a house on Ocean Drive. I didn't know it wasn't possible. I didn't know you had to be,
That one.
right? But the taxes would still, anyway.
Yeah.
And Mark and I, when we first got married, we looked at we did live off of Ocean Drive, but we, before we chose the house that we lived in, we looked at some apartments off of Ocean Drive. And they were nice, they just wouldn't have worked for us.
Right. They're actually coming up here. And if we had the right opportunity, I'm not opposed to moving back down over here, and I don't think you are either.
No, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Because then you these.
Yep. And the people, I remember the real estate agent seemed kind of upset that we didn't want to rent, but the kitchen wouldn't have worked for us because we both like to cook. And we were expecting Kate. So, sorry, the house that we ended up renting was perfect because I would walk with Kate to Cole Park.
It's one of my favorites.
which is not too far away. I would walk with Kate to Cole Park. There's a house coming up that we hate, and it's falling apart. Look at this monstrosity. Like, see that? It's literally falling down. They should sue the architect.
I've been in this one.
Yeah, Mark's been in that one.
Did your grandpa help build that one?
Yeah, my grandpa helped build this one.
The Legend of Billie Jean was shot in this one.
In which one?
This one.
That one? Legend of Billie Jean. Y'all haven't watched it, go watch it.
Yep.
Farrah Fawcett's also from Corpus Christi. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys one more time. The house is on Ocean Drive. The furniture is 50% off.
I like that. I don't know where we put it, but I like it. That right there. Couple fingers for every place. Those are cool too.
These are very pretty. The first the first thrift store that we went to is a pretty new one called the Purple Door. So Mark and Kate had been to this one before, but I have never been to it. So we have a charity here called the Purple Door, and it is for battered women and their children, or just single battered women. And they get a lot of donations. They get a lot of clothing, They get housewares, because a lot of times they need to set up a new life. They get housewares, things like that. I guess maybe they were getting too much. I don't know how the thrift store came about. All I know is we went there, and I really liked it. And so I spent some money there. So ever since the beginning of the new year, Mark and I have been getting a piece. We've been taking out $50 a piece from the bank, cash money, for discretionary spending every month. And so that's what I used. So I forgot one thing. Okay. So we get Almond. We trained her to play with toys. And Max and Sandy never really played with toys. We tried to get them to play with toys. We tried to get them to fetch. Anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent. Almond plays with toys. She has her own toy box. I say she plays with them. She does. She brings them to us about, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock every night. That's when she wants to play. She brings it to us. She wants us to throw it. She also tears the eyes off the animals. She chews them up. Normally the ears are the first to go. And then she goes through the throat, and she just rips the stuffing out of them. But whenever I go, I try to find unicorns, and I call them her sparkle beans. And maybe one day I'll tell you why. But look, isn't this cute? She is going to tear this thing up anyway, so I'm not going to spend big money. And she will kill the squeaker on a toy. She will, if she can't tear it up, she has a toy right now she cannot tear up, she will kill the squeaker. So I'm just like, I'm not going to spend $15 or whatever outrageous price on a toy. I'll get them at the thrift store. So Goodwill has gotten very expensive on a lot of things, which a lot of people are complaining about because they get their items donated to them. But this stuffed toy was, they said it was 99 cents, but it was 50 cents. They overcharged me. I'm not going to complain because it does go to a charity, but
they did overcharge me. I also picked this up. This was 50 cents. You can tell it is quite dirty. It needs to be washed. Looks like coffee got spilled all over it. It looks like a Boyd's Bear, but on the tag it says made in China. So it's not, but I just thought it was really cute. And I'm just remembering, I forgot one more thing. And I'm going to get my water because I'm thirsty. It's hot here today. So I already drank my Keto Aid. And I filled this up with water. This is my second thing of water. And it's really humid here, subtropical climate. And it's been raining, praise God. But it's also been humid. So I was just telling Mark, this is a pillow cover that I picked up for, I think it was 99 cents. And I was just telling Mark that the pillow cover that we had on this pillow, the pillow didn't come with it. The pillow cover that we have is just too hot. It's just way too hot for the summer. Let me go get it. So this pillow came inside of this pillow cover, and I thrifted this one also. And it's a really nice pillow cover. It's very nice, but it's hot. And I have, you see all these threads. I have spent the time already and cut all of these off once. I will do it again. I'm gonna wash it and put it away for the summer. And yeah, it's miserable to sit against that. So I thought this doesn't completely match, but it's the only one I found when we were out. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's pretty new. It didn't have any stains on it. The only thing is, and it feels nice to lay against. I do need to stitch it because the zipper is coming off. So I do need to do that. And then, I got, their books were half price. I got this Gooseberry Patch Summer in the Country, which is not one that I have. A lot of people seem to be getting rid of their Gooseberry Patch cookbooks. I see them, I think a lot of people think, oh, we're going to have the internet forever, and we might. Because y'all know I believe that we are in the end times, and they're going to try and put the internet in your brain with a mark on your forehead or your hand. Anyway, I still love to buy the cookbooks. And even though I'm keto right now, I don't know how long I have to be on keto. So I'm not going to get rid of my cookbooks, and I'm not going to stop collecting cookbooks, especially for $1. And if you haven't ever looked at a Gooseberry Patch cookbook and you like cottage core, by the way, where did the core come from? Does anybody know? Because people are putting core on the end of everything. Under consumption core. Grandma core. Cottage core. I'm just curious where the word evolved from. But anyway, look at these cute little illustrations. Gooseberry Patch is known for their illustrations. So, and also the recipes, you would think I work for them because I'm promoting them, but I don't. The recipes are made with things that you have in your house. They're not asking for like flying fish roe, artichoke hearts, and Cornish game hens, and 10,000-year-old aged cheese from Italy. So they're attainable. Okay, so I picked up a controversial Bible. It was $1. first of all, I'm not promoting this Bible. I don't really like NIV, and I'll tell you why. So the very first time I ever decided to fast, this was years ago. I wanted to do a fast for biblical and spiritual reasons. So I was trying to find Bible verses. I had an NIV because the first university I went to was Baptist University, and I had to take Old Testament and New Testament, and we had to have the NIV study Bible. So I still had that Bible. So I didn't know that the NIV, the people who made the NIV, took out the verses on fasting. How do y'all like my earrings? I normally wear silver with navy blue, but I decided to wear gold. What do y'all think? Are y'all in the silver with navy blue or the gold and navy blue camp? I like either. Squirrel. So I was kind of like, what else have they taken out of the NIV? So now I am a King James only girl, and I also look at the Blue Letter Bible app because that is broken down into Hebrew word, and you can research the Hebrew or Greek word because the Bible was originally written in Hebrew and Greek. So this has some really cool features. Like I said, it was $1. It's brand new. It has some really cool features, but I just looked it up, opened it up to look at it, and there's a whole section about how God cares for women, and he cares for women and men, and how women have struggled with, I haven't read all of it, not being pastors, because the Bible clearly states that women should not be pastors. And so I'm like, is this a feminist Bible? If it is a feminist Bible, I don't really want it in my home. I don't know. I will have to, but I'm not going to show you right now, but if you're curious, you can look it up on Amazon. I'm sure that they have pictures. This was $1, and this is what I got. That's what I got from the Purple Door. So after the Purple Door, we went to eat lunch. So I decided to break my keto diet for one day because I'd really been craving Mexican food. So my camera died. I took a short video and I put it on my phone because I'm not sure, I don't want to eat up the memory and not be able to delete the videos, because in the phone that I'm using now, the videos were hidden away also in another secret storage location. And I could never figure out why I couldn't just clear my storage and make another video. That's why I never made videos on my phone. I found that storage location now, and every time I make a video using this camera phone, I have to go clear all that out, and it's a pain in the butt. So if I can figure out how to download that video from my phone onto the computer, effortlessly, I will. But if not, I will just do like you would. I will show you the video from my phone and show you what I ate. The Texas plate, which is carne asada, cheese enchiladas, rice and beans. And Mark ordered the chile relleno. And then we have salsa, and I am breaking my keto for today because it's my birthday. But I had carne asada. I had two cheese enchiladas. Mexican rice and beans. It was okay. The carne asada was dry. So they must have cooked the meat separately and then put it in the sauce, and the meat was dry. I didn't like that. The cheese enchiladas were okay. I've had better. The beans were delicious. That's really what I was craving, was the beans. Hang on, I think I hear red. No, I didn't hear red. I don't know what I heard. Anyway, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So then we went to, they had opened a new Goodwill, and my daughter had gone, and Mark wanted to go. And my daughter was like, everything's priced kind of high. And I was like, okay, well. I don't know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something weird. It was my bread machine maker. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and I wanted to make some bread for Mark for dinner tonight. I wanted to make some bread for my dad too, but my mom has him on a diet, like a no bread or low bread diet. So I was like, I'm going to make a big fancy loaf of bread. And then I thought, why do that and heat up the house? I'm just going to use my bread maker. Anyway, that's what the noise was. And my ears are not processing sound right now, correctly. So anyway, before I continue about Goodwill, I forgot, even though I have my receipts right here in front of me. With everything listed, I forgot to show you. Mark found these for me. These were $12.99. These are Skechers. And they look pretty new. I tried them on. They're my size. They're like 9.5, 9.5. I bought Mark a pair of these for Christmas before Almond. The Christmas before we got Almond. So she was born under our steps in February. She chewed up those Skechers. I was so mad. These were expensive Skechers. I got them for a good deal at Kohl's on clearance, but nevertheless, they were expensive Skechers. So, because Mark has issues with his feet, I wanted him to have a good pair of tennis shoes. They were very comfortable. He loved them. I went ahead and bought him another pair on Amazon, but I could not find the blue ones for like under, I think it was $80 at the time. And I was like, no. But I found some gray ones that were an okay price, so I got him those. These are kind of like the same shoes as that. I have not looked these up online. Arch Fit. These are $12.99. Mark convinced me to buy them with part of my $50, so I did. Okay, so Goodwill. So we go in there and the music is super loud. It's really chaotic. There's the housewares, and down here where I live now in Goodwill are just piled up on top of the aisles of clothes. They're not in a separate section. And they just put them wherever. Like the people who bring out baskets of stuff, new stuff to put out, they just put it wherever. And there was like a Stanley, like an old-fashioned Stanley for like $31. Like they're pricing this pretty aggressively, and people down here are not going to pay that. They're just not, unless they're resellers, and even then they're probably not going to turn a profit on eBay. So anyway, I had to put in my earplugs. Once I put in my earplugs, I was okay, but it was just so noisy. It just felt, that atmosphere just felt chaotic, and so I was like, ugh. But I did buy a few things. I bought purple was 75% off, and I bought this beauty for Kate. So it was originally $3.49, but it was 70% off. So what? That would be like 70 cents. 70% off of $3. Anyway, it was pennies. Well, I could tell you right now. 88 cents. I need to go back to school, huh? I have this cookbook, and I like it. It's not my favorite Southern Living cookbook, but I do like it. It's all tabbed up. Let me go get it. I'll show you. This is mine. And I bought this. I did buy this. I don't think I paid full price. You know what? I may have paid full price. But you could tell, like, I've used it because. And then I found this new one for Kate. Because it's a really good deal. It's a very good cookbook. If you guys ever see this one in the wild, pick it up. Also, if you ever see the Ultimate Southern Living cookbook, pick it up. Best cookbooks. I used to have like Southern Living, like by the year, like all of the Southern Living recipes for 2000, and I did not find those to be as good. Sometimes I'll like buy a cookbook and I'll test out a few recipes. And a lot of those recipes that I tested out, they just were not good. So I got rid of all of those annual cookbooks. So I don't have those anymore. So I bought that. And then I bought these headphones. I had some of these. Not this exact brand. This one doesn't even seem to have a brand. But you plug it into the computer or wherever. That's what I use mine for. And you can talk into it to do a voiceover. Because the last video that I did, I used headphones, but it was not, I couldn't get it right for the voiceover. And I even put the headphones right here and I was talking into it. It did not work. So these were $3.49 full price. It says it's an ECOM return, which I don't know why they would return it because it worked fine. So I took a chance on these, but I think you can return things to Goodwill now, especially, I knew about the clothing. I didn't know about the electronics, but yeah. What? So I wore a white shirt, which you guys will have seen, and I got something on it. So I picked this up for $3.75. It was regularly $4.99. It was 25% off. So I got it for $3.75. And it's a Croft & Barrow Croft & Barrow is from Kohl's. And it's covered in dog hair. So I was wearing a white like tank top underneath my white shirt because it was kind of see-through, and I didn't know where else we were gonna go. So I was like, I can't just walk around with a big old white stain on my shirt. So I bought this to wear it, and I've never done that before. I've never just not washed something. But I'm alive and I'm here to tell the tale, and I don't have a rash anywhere. I'm fine. So that was it. That's what I got from Goodwill. So we have a charity down here called the CHATTY, and the CHATTY spays and neuters cats and dogs at a very discounted price. And that's where we have gotten several of our animals spayed and neutered. We didn't get Sandy and Max spayed and neutered there because at the time they weren't neutering dogs. We did get Almond spayed there. They have I'll have to actually, hopefully I'll be able to show you sometime. They have an actual, I have a hair on me. They have an actual thrift store called Retail Therapy, and they have a cat that lives there. So cute. So I got some things there. I had a $5 coupon off. Just, you can walk in and spend, you can buy anything for $5. We'll give it to you for free for my birthday. They also happen to have this wheel that you could spin, so I got an extra 15% off. And so I paid $4.85. I paid, at Goodwill, I paid $8.79. And at the Purple Door, I paid $19.42. So the first thing I picked up was this. Now this was all folded up nice and neatly, and it said it was a Martha Stewart shower curtain. So I believed him. It was $4.99. This is not a shower curtain. It's a tablecloth. But it'll fit my table. It's a pretty long tablecloth. It doesn't have, that I saw, any stains in it. So I thought, well, I didn't really need a shower curtain anyway. It's not like I needed a shower curtain. I just thought, oh, it's a Martha Stewart. It has this real pretty lace on it. I thought, that'll be real pretty in my bathroom. Real pretty. Well, guess what? It'll be real pretty in my dining room. It'll match the lace on my china cabinets. So, and then I picked up, they had a couple more scrap. It just said scrap. So, this one was, there was one for $1.33. So, what I really need to do is start doing the smart thing and know the price before I get up to the register. And when they say, oh, it's this much, I'll be like, no, it's not. Because they charge me $4.66 for 2 linens pillows. They charged me $4.33, which was, this one was $4.33. And they charged me another 33 cents. And then they charged me $1.33. So the linens and pillows, I really don't know what they did. Anyway, this was in the linens and pillows section, and it was called scrap. And since I watch a lot of British YouTubers, I was like, I'm going to buy it. I thought it was just a piece of material. But I think like it could be an actual dish towel. So I got that. I thought that was pretty cute. And like, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to make anything out of it because those just aren't my colors. And then when I saw this, I thought of Kate. I didn't know what it was. I didn't open it. But it's a long piece of material. And it's not hemmed on the edges. But I thought this could be a really cute tablecloth. And it's pretty long. And that's what it looks like. And so you could just like drape it over your table. And it looks the same on both sides. It just needs to be hemmed. And I think it's cute. What do y'all think? I think this video is getting too long. That's what I think. So, yeah. Pick this up. And then this was the thing that was $1.33. This does need to be washed. I should have thrown it in the washing machine. See, $1.33. We needed a new bolster pillow cover because the one that I have is coming apart. I have sewed it, but it keeps coming apart. So I'm just gonna throw it in the trash. I can't even donate it at this point. So this was a big old bolster pillow. That's a good deal for a bolster pillow with the cover, I think. And then on the 25-cent table, so I bought a pattern. These are 33 cents a piece. This is for size 14, 16, and 18, and they're dresses. It looks pretty easy. It says 9 so fast and easy, so you know, that's what I need. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but that was 33 cents. And then I bought this, Too Blessed to Be Stressed, and their books were, I think these were on the 50-cent table, or the 25-cent table, so I got this. And it has like 1-page devotional in large print. And this was by Deborah Cody, which I've never heard of Deborah Cody. And then I picked this book up, Usborne Phonics and Readers. And this has been well loved. It's coming apart. It needs to be duct taped on the inside. But this, I haven't listened to it. Y'all, I'm getting tired. It is so hot outside that I'm just like, it's affecting me. But I still have things to do. I can't just go lay around. See, it's nice and scratch free. And if you guys have ever heard of Usborne or Usborne, whatever, we got these for our kids when they were little. Not this exact one, but we got books from Usborne when the kids were little. So anyway, so that's it. That's everything I got on my birthday when Mark and I went out for the day, and we had pizza that night. And instead of like a chocolate cake, I had a donut. That's what I've been craving. I had like, not just a regular donut, but it was like a cinnamon roll donut with the glaze all over the top. And Mark put a candle on it and sang happy birthday to me. It was good. I didn't eat the next day, which was yesterday. I had coffee, so that did curb my appetite with the milk and stuff. But that night I had 2 pieces of lunch meat with a piece of cheese rolled up, and that's it. I was so full and I knew I would be getting back on the keto diet. I just had the one cheat day. So anyway, yep. I don't have a picture of the pizza, and I don't have a picture of, but y'all know what pizza looks like. And I don't have a picture of my donut, but y'all know what a donut looks like. So we're all good there. So that's it. That's all I have to say. It's going to be a long video. That's not all I have to say. SAS is coming up Monday. It's starting Monday, the 16th. It should have started tomorrow, but I guess they wanted to give people a chance to hang out with their dads in America, which is good. But a lot of people are also out on Sundays, which I'm just wondering why they didn't start early. Maybe they will. Maybe they're going to shock everybody and start it early. But I don't have a coupon either way. And there are a couple candles that I would at least like to go into the store and smell. So we might do that on Monday. I get my allergy shot, and Friday I have a colonoscopy. So yay! Okay, you guys. That's it. See you later. Bye. See, I think they I'm gonna have a lot to cut out. I'm gonna irritate editing Leela. My little strawberry hair clip from Scunchie that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna put my hair back up because it is hot, but I'm gonna wait till I finish the video. Okay, so the first get it together, Leela.